He stepped into the TARDIS in 2010, taking over as the Doctor from David Tennant, but now Matt Smith has announced the Christmas special in December, funnily enough, will be the end of his days as the time-travelling Time Lord. He described playing the Doctor as the most brilliant experience. Well, let's talk now to the editor of Doctor Who magazine, who is Tom Spilsbury. Hello to you. Are you disappointed by this?
Well, it's always disappointing to see a Doctor leave because, you know, especially when they've been as popular as Matt. But, you know, the programme's celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, and it wouldn't have got there if they hadn't ever replaced William Hartnell. So I think it's nice to have these changes every 3 or 4 years, and it freshens the whole thing up. So it's exciting too.
Isn't there a limit to how many Doctors you can have?
Yeah, it's funny, people do remember this. Yeah, there's technically 12 times a Time Lord can change, but, you know, I'll let you into a secret, they did just make that up. They could they could make something else up and decide that actually can change a lot more times than that. So
you've ruined it all now.
Yeah.
So, right, who's going to be the new Doctor? I mean, you don't know, I know, but, I mean, what's the sort of general thinking here?
Well, I mean, you often, you know, as soon as a Doctor announces he's going, you get the bookies going crazy and the various names come up. But it's interesting that, of course, a lot of the names that come up are sort of people that you think they'd never actually do it. It tends to be someone that isn't very well known already. You know, Matt wasn't someone that was on a lot of, you know, done a lot of stuff before, and neither was David Tennant that much, and Tom Baker wasn't. So, you know, I think it's likely to be someone that we just haven't really seen much of before, but it will turn them into a you know, star when they do it.
David, Tom, Matt, they're all men's names.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see what you're suggesting there. Will it be a woman? Well, again, that's funny that rumour comes up each time. I think it would be an interesting thing to do, but I'm always interested. You know, what would the story be? Because you know, it's if you're going to do that, then you kind of need a reason more than just for the hell of it. You kind of want a really interesting story. So.
I thought you just said the whole thing was make-believe. I mean,
that's true. That's true. Well, you could write anything into drama, couldn't you? You know, people can have sex changes in soap operas, so why not?
Right, okay. We've, I mean, some people watching will be wondering why we're discussing Doctor Who, why so much fuss is made about the programme. I mean, why is there?
Well, I think it's something that, you know, there aren't very many TV dramas that last for 50 years, and you know, it's so, I'm going to sound like a cliche here, but it's so uniquely British, it's so part of our sort of culture and heritage. I think, you know, the fact that it's not like anything else at all, and, you know, it's a huge milestone for it to be celebrating, and it's quite exciting for it, you know, to start another 50 years with, I'm sure, many more Doctors.
Does the way Matt Smith did it, does that not make it difficult rather for a successor? In that,
yeah.
I mean, where do you go? I mean, it's like James Bond, isn't it? And Daniel Craig pulled it off brilliantly. But where do you go with this character? Because it's
you're right,
kind
it's
of
very
all been
difficult.
done.
It's very difficult because I think, you know, when you've had an actor who's had a great success with it, you know, Matt knows this only too well because he had to take over from David and he'd been hugely successful. You have to kind of convince the audience that you are the same character. You know, he's literally changed, you know, from the previous guy, but you can't do it the same way. You have to find your own way to do it. I mean, I think if you look at the script, the way the Doctor talks is very consistent throughout. But you know, it's the way the actor plays it where you'll get those kind of nuances and the differences. So I'm sure that whatever actor they choose will find his own way or her own way, if you like, to make it different from Matt. So you know, we'll see.
Okay, well, you've come round to my way of thinking at the end anyway. Good. All right, Tom, thanks very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.